Okay, so for this next video, what I saw was a pretty long dream, and all I could really remember, there was a lot of people. I want to say either this message is gonna be either for yourself or the person that you're dealing with. It could be for the collective, or it could be for divine feminine, or it could be for the divine masculine. And it could be also for a divine union. So, take it as it applies. And if it fits your story, then you're gonna know, but don't try to make it fit if it doesn't apply. And so let me start. Yeah, so this dream is, I saw a lot of people in the background. I saw a bunch of people. It was a big family, a huge family. And they were outside, and they were having some kind of celebration. So I want to say it was possibly like a birthday party, possibly. It seemed like there was a big birthday party going on, and there was people outside. It was just a lot of people. And so it seems like it's a big family just coming together and having some sort of celebration. I felt like it was some kind of birthday party is what I felt. And so, a lot of people getting together. They're having some kind of barbecue outdoors, but there's just a bunch of people, and it's family. So, it could either be this could be either applying to yourself or somebody that you're dealing with, or possibly potential, other divine, either feminine or masculine. Take it as it applies. But basically, yeah, it was just a big get together. There was it was outdoors. There was, I don't know if it was a beach. It was some kind of area where it was very sandy, so I want to say it was a beach nearby. But then there was also other things to do, sort of I don't know if there was a area where you can go hunting, something like that. But it was kind of a beachy, sandy area. But then there was also an area where there was more to do, sort of like a forest where, I don't know, people went and did some kind of hiking or hunting of some kind. And I was kind of the actual, what I remember from the main focus of the dream was basically a setting where there was a lot of conflict going on. So because there was a celebration, there are people that were drinking, and because they've been drinking for hours and whatever, some people were just, over the top, and they started getting into their feels. Some issues happened with some girl. I don't know exactly what happened, but people were upset. They were pissed off. Something happened with the girl. I don't know if it was an uncle. I don't know exactly how it happened, but people were pissed off. They were pissed off, and it was something to do with she wasn't that young, but she wasn't that older either. She was in her, I want to say in her 17, 18, something like that. So people were pissed off because she wasn't, that, she was of age, but she wasn't necessarily that, old in age. And so people felt like they had to defend her. And some things happened because people were under the influence, a lot of drinking. So people were, and then of course there were so many people in the scene that it became all too much. It was chaotic. And it seemed like a lot of people were just against whoever was involved. Some guy, I want to say, who just over the top was, drinking or whatever. And yeah, so it just seemed like a lot of issues going on, conflict when it comes to family. There was some kind of accusation taking place because there had been some kind of I don't know, some sexual innuendo. I believe something actually happened, but then there was like lying in regards to it. So it was like, did it happen, did it not? And a lot of people were like, I know how he gets when he drinks. So I know, like, a lot of people, even though they didn't really want to be upfront about it and say what happened, I think a lot of people were aware because of their experiences with this person. So there was like an acknowledgement, sort of, but it wasn't trying to be, emphasized. It was trying to be kind of this hush thing, but people knew it was wrong. It was wrong, and they were trying to, like, not keep it hidden, because that's how a lot of things repeat themselves, and so they were pushing for things to be acknowledged and for something to be taken, for the actual what actually happened to be confronted, and they wanted to, like, make justice for the girl. The girl was, like, upset, and she was also like I said, she was young, but she was also involved, and so she was, like, partying, and she had been with, like, girls, but she was also, like, intoxicated, so she wasn't in her right mind, and so they felt like, they took advantage of her. A lot of people in her, and again, this is family, but it was like, it came across like, well, this guy is way above age and he should know better, and there's no way that, we can just allow this to take place and no one's gonna come into her defense, and the girl felt like, oh, maybe it's my fault, and she was making it seem like she was the guilty one. In a way, she was very young and she was beyond intoxicated, so it's like, really, the guy was beyond age. I want to say he was, like, in his 40s, maybe older 40s, so he was well aware of what he was doing. And a lot of people, that's the thing too, that's why they don't want to push things, for things to be hidden, because they were aware how he gets, like, he can go beyond when he gets intoxicated. So that's why they were, like, pushing for this girl's justice, to be made, because knowing and comparing both, it was like, well, there's no way she could have protected herself in the way that he is, in the way that he comes on so strong. Like, there was no way for her to be able to defend herself, and like, even her, like, she was trying to say, like, maybe it was my fault and I should have been involved. Like, she was trying to take the blame, and it was just wrong, like, people could see it was wrong. And so a lot of it was just, it was obvious what had taken place, but it was like the guy was trying to keep it hidden and was not trying to take responsibility for it. And a lot of people in the family, just, it was obvious something had happened, and so, like, the atmosphere had changed in the group, and wasn't this, like, celebration anymore, because everybody knew what happened, and people were, like, trying to make sense of what happened, but at the same time they didn't want to take away from the celebration. But it was just too obvious that something had happened, and people were gossiping, but trying to keep it on the low at the same time. So it was just, like, chaos. And the guy, like, the day after, the guy was like, I know, like, I get drunk and I'm not in my right mind, and he was trying to defend himself, trying to say, yes, I get like this, but that was, I didn't do nothing wrong, and basically trying to defend himself and trying to say, yes, I've had a past with issues with drinking and stuff like that, but that's not me, and I didn't do nothing wrong. And then at the same time, like, the girl knew, like, she was upset. She was upset because she felt like she had been taken advantage of, but at the same time, it's like, well, I didn't know that this was going to happen because I'm in family. Like, I didn't expect anything to happen. And of course, people had her back because she's young. And, like, they were aware that this guy, whenever he drunk, he got drunk to that point. Like, he would just, like, always an issue with him, some type of issue. So they're well aware, like, he's had issues in the past with drinking, and that he could, like, go beyond when he's intoxicated. So but they were trying to just really get to some kind of understanding of what had happened, and at the same time not try to kind of deflect what had happened with the girl, and at the same time make him responsible or take responsibility in some way. But it was just very, it was hectic, what was taking place. And because it was like all family, it was just a difficult situation, because they're all family, but at the same time something was wrong and something had been done that was not right, and very obvious that it was unfair. And that person was well mature, like of age, and should have known better than to do what they did. And at the same time, it's like, that you get like this, like, why would you even be around this person if you can't control yourself, if you can't control your drink, you can control how you get after a certain amount of like drinking, and so there was a lot of stuff like that going on, and just the atmosphere was like tense. It was very tense after that had happened. And so I saw a lot of stuff going on with family, and I feel like there's going to be issues coming up involving family drama. And like I said, it's either you're going to be dealing with some issues with family, as some kind of underage member. I don't know, I don't want to say child, but it could be a child, or it could be some kind of minor, and something to do with a minor for sure. Or it could be the person that you're dealing with. So I feel like it's gonna be issues coming up with family, and there's drama of some kind. And also be careful whenever you're having a celebration of some type of family and there's drinking, because I feel like things are gonna get out of hand, especially if there's an uncle, whatever, family member that never doesn't have like the ability to control themselves whenever they're drinking. And that's just something to take into mind, because I feel like that's something that's possibly gonna be coming up. But then also you want to be careful of people that are associated in some shape or form with family. It could be like a family friend or something like that, where they're trying to interject in the family, cause some type of dysfunction of some sort. So just be careful with that, because I feel like there's going to be some kind of stirring up in the family, and something to do with like some kind of drama, and it's possibly gonna be involving some type of it could be female, but I want to say it could also be some type of male minor, possibly, but just be careful with that. I feel like things are definitely going to be stirring up, like stirring the pot in regards to family. So I feel like there's a possibility for drama to be inflicted somewhere in the mix with family. I feel like that's something coming up, so just be careful with that. If you have issues with family, some kind of argument or something, it could get beyond like it could go beyond the normal like argument. It could quickly grow beyond an argument, so just be careful with that, because I feel like it's something to do where something's gonna happen in the family, and it's just I feel like other people are gonna get involved, or there's just gonna be a really tense situation, and things could definitely escalate very fast. That's what I felt in the dream, like things it happened, and it just like quickly were escalating, and it was just a lot of drama involving a lot of family members. But just be careful with that. I feel like there's something coming up with that. And like I said, it could be either your situation, personal situation, or it could be whatever person that you're dealing with, be their situation. Just be on the lookout for that. All right. And I'll leave it at that. All right. Take care. Bye-bye.